What's up, everyone? Welcome to Five Rings. Today I'm going to try and tackle the question, should you become a trainer, a coach, a personal trainer, whatever in between you want to make that word mean to you. Should you take on the role of training people in the gym? So the way I would answer this question is, if you're asking somebody if you should become a personal trainer, the answer is no, you should not. And it seems kind of harsh, but let's look at this scenario. You're in the hospital, you're a client, you have something wrong with you. Do you want the kind of doctor walking in the door to take you on as a patient? Do you want the guy who doesn't know if he should have become a doctor, right? Do you want that guy, or do you want the guy walking in who made everything happen in order to be there to be your doctor? The guy that got his way into medical school, he did everything he had to do to pass his classes. You know, he made his way happen to become a doctor. You want that guy, right? Because that guy is ready to step in and take on the responsibility of solving your issue, right? Whether it's a cold, a broken limb, or something terminal, something very serious, right? You want the guy who wants to take you on as a responsibility. And maybe it seems like an extreme example to draw from, but it's the exact same when it comes to training people. When people hire personal trainers or coaches, right, they want the guy that knows that they want to be there, taking them on as a responsibility. Because that's what this job is. It's not about flashy exercises, circus exercises. It's not about taking selfies of you lifting awesome weights or whatever and posting them on social media and thinking that you're, motivating people. That's not what it is. It's not about owning like the fanciest equipment or the fanciest gyms. It's not. The people who pay the bills, or what pays the bills, are people who want you to take them on. They want you to listen to where they are. They want you to listen why they don't want to be there anymore. And they want you to figure out how to get them to point B, from point A to point B, right? They want to know that when they're talking to you, that you're there, you're present, you're listening. They want to know that when you go home, that you're not just scouring the internet, looking up YouTube videos for your own entertainment all the time. They want to feel that maybe you think about them outside of the gym here or there when you're trying to figure out, what's best for them, what's the next best step. So it's really the same thing, right? You may not be dealing with life-threatening issues like a doctor is, but when somebody hires a trainer, the moment they hire you, they are losing time and they are losing money that they will not get back, right? Unless you have an amazing refund policy and you give them everything back. But usually it doesn't happen, right? So those are very important resources for people, right? The time and the money. And they want to know that it's well spent. Those resources are well spent. So again, if you're asking if you should become a personal trainer, there's a lot of doubt, there's a lot of hesitation. You should not take that next step into getting your personal trainer certification and getting hired at a gym and taking real people on. What I would suggest is, for 1 to 2 years, you train nothing but friends and family. Now, you can do things to frame those scenarios to make them just as serious as if you were taking on non-friends, non-family, working at a gym or owning your own gym or something like that. You can make them pay you. You can, have some sort of guaranteed results clause or whatever it is that you want. But definitely for at least 1 or 2 years, you should train your friends, you should train your family, because you have to make sure that you can withstand the back and forth that happens with real people, with real clients, right? When you're telling them something and they're not following it through, when you can't think of another way to say the same thing over and over and it's just not getting in, when they've given you like the 12th reason why they just can't do what you're asking them to do, right? You need to be able to come into all of those things, but still find a way to get them progress, to keep them progressing. And if you're unsure, right, then what's going to happen is you're going to get tired of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is not for everybody. I think I'm making that very clear that this isn't for everybody. But it's better that you find that out in a safe situation, like working with friends, working with family, than wasting somebody's money and time. Because that's what, like I said in the very beginning, that's what this is all about, right? It is about taking somebody from where they are. They don't want to be there, but you know what? They're also going to fight you tooth and nail to try and stay where they are. Believe it or not, they want to change without having to change. And that can be very tricky. That can wear some people out. So that's what this business is. It's not what a lot of people are making it out to be. Again, I know if people come here and they see me training people, or you see my videos, or you see other coaches out there training people, and you're seeing, big lifts and PRs and clients are happy, and you see amazing transformation pictures, that is a very small percent of the time what's going on with a good personal trainer. So it's not really that all the time. There's a lot of work that goes into happening behind every one of those posts. If you see my Instagram or, whatever, and you're seeing people make lifts, for like a little 5-second clip of one rep or one exercise, there's so many hours that go into behind making that one 5-second clip. There's a lot of communication and back and forth and a lot of missed lifts and a lot of doubt, checking diet, checking sleeping patterns. So, I know this is said a lot, but I don't think that it's appreciated as well as it should be. Social media is a lot of lies, or it's a lot of misleading, I would say, because it's not like an outright lie. I'm not lying to you guys by posting these, PR videos and stuff like that. But, what doesn't get mentioned a lot is what goes on behind the scenes. So now, this kind of leads into the question, well, who should be a personal trainer? Who should be a coach? And because I'm one, right? Or at least I like to pretend to be one. It is my belief that there are people out there who have led or are currently leading the kind of life that makes them a good trainer and a coach. I've said this in a few other things that I've put out there, but being a good trainer is being a good leader. I think 90% of this is leadership. You have to take somebody from where they are to where they want to go, but they don't want to make the travel, right? And you have to lead them to there. So it's, it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't use battle as a good example, but anyways, hopefully you guys can understand that, right? So the exercises, the reps, the sets, it's a very small part of it. You write the program. Now you have to make somebody not only do what's written on there, but execute it with the intention that you designed in the program to get them their results. So whether it's getting stronger or losing body fat or whatever it is in between, you have to get them to execute that program with that same intention. And that's difficult. The intensity, right? The consistency of showing up all the time, pushing through, getting through the workout. And again, people are going to want to fight you. It's not because they're consciously aware of what they're doing, but it's one of the laws of thermodynamics, right? Matter does not want to change. Nothing wants to change unless acted upon by an outside force. And the coaches, the trainers are that outside force. You have to be that. So anyways, getting back on track, I believe there are a lot of people out there that are leading the kind of life that make them that good leader, okay? And those are the people, right? They're not going to ask if they should be a personal trainer, right? They may ask things like, how do I start learning how to become a personal trainer? You should ask yourself that almost all the time. But they're not going to ask if they should be leading people. They feel it in themselves that this is what they know they're meant to do. And in some capacity, whether it's training or some other leadership position. They know that leading people is in them. And, we see it a lot with former athletes, for example, right? So former athletes, especially if they've attained a very high level of success in their sport, that didn't happen overnight. That happened over many, many years, and it creates a lot of experiences for them to draw upon that they can then pull from when they start working as a coach or a trainer, right? Those experiences help them push people to new levels, to places that they've never been before. So that's a very easy example. Myself, I guess I would say that actually in hindsight, my entire life was leading up to me doing this in some form or fashion, right? At a very early age, playing all different kinds of sports, creating a lot of experiences for me to draw upon, to be able to relate to people and what they say and what they feel, and understand how to get them from where they are to the next, to somewhere else. All sorts of other experiences in my life, the military being one of them. And again, just being in the weight room, being around the iron since I was like 12 or 13 years old. So, a long time around this, and everything put together, when you look at it in hindsight, it's no doubt I'm where I should be. I never asked anybody if I should become a personal trainer. Again, like I said, I've asked many other questions. How do I learn this? What's the best thing to learn? What are the best books, best courses? But I already knew that this was what I was going to be. There was no question about it. I often joke, with my clients that, it's okay to talk to me in the gym. In the gym, I'll talk to you for hours about stuff that you're here to do, right? But if you see me like in the grocery store, you just avoid me, because I will not know how to create small talk outside of the gym. Some clients have experienced that. They can attest to that. But anyways, should you become a trainer? If you're asking, probably not, but you can experience it. Right? Like I said, train your friends, train your family, a year or two for sure, to really see if it's meant for you. And then if this is what is in your future, you're going to be a trainer, you're going to be a coach, that's the kind of people this industry needs, right? Like I said in the very beginning, we need the doctors, we need the trainers walking in through the doors that want to take somebody on as their responsibility. They want to make that person's life, their goals, right? And they know full and well that the results of that client, of that person, are a reflection of who they are. Because personal training, if you are choosing this as a career, right, for the rest of your life, a client's results are a reflection of who you are as a person in whole. Now, if you're a personal trainer working part-time, trying to get through college, whatever, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to hang that over your head. But if personal training, if coaching is your career, this is what you're wanting to do with your life, and your clients are not producing results, that is a reflection of you. And that's a responsibility you need to be ready to carry on your shoulders. So again, I know it's kind of serious, but people are spending time, they're spending money on you. It's a serious thing. It's a serious matter. So I'm not going to answer in this video because we've already been over 10 minutes. I'm not going to answer, well, how do I become a good trainer, coach, what all that, because that's another whole big, huge conversation, and one I'm still trying to figure out myself, truthfully. But I do hope that helps you maybe put into perspective if you are battling this question, right? So I don't want to discourage anybody, because I love my job, absolutely. I think people see that when they're here. This can be a very good job, very good career for you if it's meant to be for you. But it's not for everybody. Not everything is. Everything is not for everybody. So if you have any specific questions on this topic, feel free to reach out to me. And if you have some suggestions on further topics along this train of thought you want me to address in future videos, just let me know. I'd be happy to help. I have a lot of people reaching out to me on topics like this and other things related to the industry. And I feel like, at least I feel that I answer people's questions fully until they're completely satisfied, and I enjoy doing it. I think that if you run into anybody who's asked me, that they would say the same thing. So again, I'll end the video here. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.